Hello everyone, it's us from TV Days Drama Digest, back with another in-depth exploration of the explosive events unfolding in Salem. Today, we're zeroing in on the volatile conflict surrounding EJ and the possibility that Kristen might be the catalyst who finally makes him lose everything. If you want to get every thrilling detail, join us and watch our video recap, where we break down every twist and turn of today's episode. In today's story, the tensions are reaching a boiling point. Following the dramatic aftermath of Rachel Blake's vicious attack on Ava, the fallout has only intensified, setting off a chain reaction that could change the course of EJ's life forever. As we dive into the intricate web of alliances, betrayals, and hidden agendas, prepare for a roller coaster of emotions and shocking revelations. The aftermath of Rachel Blake's attack on Ava. The day's chaos began with the brutal assault by Rachel Blake, whose unpredictable nature has always made her one of Salem's most dangerous figures. After Rachel's attack on Ava, tensions skyrocketed. Ava made it clear that the incident was separate from the recent kidnapping, an important distinction that underscored the severity of Rachel's actions. Ava's words resonated with urgency as she declared that she needed someone to watch her back and protect her at all costs. In a moment of raw vulnerability, she admitted that Brady, despite his best intentions, might not be the protector she needed in this perilous moment. Brady, ever the responsible caretaker, promised Ava that he would do everything in his power to neutralize Rachel. But his assurance was laced with worry. He was acutely aware that if Rachel were to mention his daughter, the consequences could be catastrophic. His concerns about involving the authorities, especially with Child Protective Services lurking in the background, added another layer of complexity. With the stakes so high, Ava demanded time to think, instructing Brady to leave her side momentarily so she could process the traumatic events that had just unfolded. Kristen's role, a tenuous balance between loyalty and revenge in the midst of this turmoil. Kristen emerged as a pivotal figure. After the attack, she took charge of the situation by escorting Rachel Blake back to the DiMera mansion, a move that hinted at deeper motivations and alliances within the tangled relationships of Salem. Kristen's intervention was more than a mere act of containment. It was a calculated decision that would have far-reaching consequences. Rachel Blake, still reeling from her own unstable mental state and the aftermath of her violent outburst, was in no condition to remain in the spotlight for long. Now, needing immediate medical attention, she was scheduled to be sent to Bayview sooner rather than later. But her condition and her unpredictable nature had already begun to ripple through the ranks, particularly affecting EJ. EJ, who has long maintained a precarious balance of power, found himself directly impacted by the events. Known as a master manipulator and a ruthless force in Salem, EJ issued a stark warning to Rachel. If she wanted to stay out of jail, she needed to keep her distance from Ava. However, Rachel's response was defiant and ominous. She threatened that she wouldn't let EJ's threats deter her actions, even going so far as to warn him that if she were to face the consequences of her behavior, she'd sing like a song about the man he held in the attic. This cryptic remark only deepened the mystery and heightened the tension between these formidable figures. EJ, not one to tolerate defiance lightly, warned Rachel that if Ava reported the latest incident to the police, there would be nothing Kristen could do to help her. It was a chilling declaration of the limits of familial loyalty and the ruthless nature of Salem's power struggles. As the verbal sparring escalated, Kristen arrived just in time to take control of the situation once more, escorting a now incoherent Rachel back to her room. It was at that moment that EJ, seizing the opportunity, made a fateful move. EJ's desperate gamble, the CRS-17 syringe. With the atmosphere in the mansion tense and volatile, EJ retreated to a secure area, a safe room that held secrets and dangerous tools. There, he pulled out a syringe labeled CRS-17, a substance that has long been associated with high-stakes experiments and morally ambiguous actions. This wasn't just any syringe. It symbolized EJ's willingness to cross a line that many in Salem wouldn't dare approach. The implications of this action were enormous. EJ's decision to use CRS-17 wasn't merely about asserting power. It was about targeting Kristen's mother, a figure whose fate is now inextricably linked with the volatile dynamics between Kristen and EJ. In a calculated move that bordered on desperation, EJ aimed to inject Kristen's mother with CRS-17, a substance that could very well push her over the edge and set off a chain reaction of revenge and retribution. What makes this maneuver particularly explosive is the potential psychological impact on Kristen herself. If EJ's actions cause Rachel Blake to completely lose her mind, the consequences could be disastrous. Kristen, who has long struggled with conflicting loyalties, torn between family and a desire for justice, might find herself driven to seek vengeance against her own brother if she sees that EJ's machinations have led to irrevocable damage. EJ's warning to Rachel was clear: stay away from Ava or face dire consequences. Yet, the situation quickly spiraled as Kristen intervened, reclaiming control by taking Rachel back to her room. But the damage was already done. With the syringe in hand and a chilling determination in his eyes, EJ was poised to push the envelope even further. His plan was simple yet devastating. Use CRS-17 as a final blow to destabilize those closest to Kristen, and in doing so, potentially force her hand in a way that would upend everything EJ has built. The fallout, a collision course toward revenge. As the day's events unfolded, it became increasingly clear that the ramifications of EJ's actions would extend far beyond the immediate fallout. Ava's harrowing experience, coupled with Brady's desperate attempts to maintain order, set the stage for a series of explosive confrontations. With Rachel Blake on the brink of a complete mental breakdown and Kristen caught in the crossfire, the future of Salem hung in a precarious balance. EJ's move to inject CRS-17 into Kristen's mother is not just an isolated act of cruelty, it is a deliberate attempt to ignite a chain reaction of chaos and vengeance. The psychological warfare at play is profound. Kristen, already struggling with the aftermath of her family's tumultuous history, might find herself pushed to the breaking point. If her mother's fate is sealed by EJ's reckless experiment, the emotional toll on Kristen could be immense. The prospect of losing everything: her family, her trust, her sense of justice, could drive her to seek revenge in ways that even she might not be able to control. EJ's manipulation of the situation is a stark reminder of his cunning nature. By pitting family members against one another and exploiting the vulnerabilities of those closest to Kristen, he is playing a dangerous game. The balance of power in Salem is shifting, and as the pieces move into place, it appears that Kristen might be the one to deliver the decisive blow. If she does, it could mean the end of EJ's reign of terror, or at the very least, the collapse of the carefully maintained facade he has built over the years. But as we all know, in Salem, nothing is ever as simple as it seems. The impending showdown between Kristen and EJ is layered with moral ambiguity, heartbreak, and the inevitable consequences of long-held secrets coming to light. The question remains, will EJ's injection of CRS-17 drive Kristen to exact her revenge, or will it push the entire family into a downward spiral of self-destruction? The stakes are astronomical, and every decision made in the heat of the moment could alter the course of history in this iconic town. A community on edge, the ripple effects of family betrayal. The impact of today's events is not confined to the mansion or the immediate circle of those involved. Salem as a whole is feeling the shockwaves. Ava's ordeal, Brady's moral dilemmas, and EJ's ruthless maneuvers have all contributed to an atmosphere of palpable tension. In a town where secrets are currency and every whispered conversation carries the weight of potential catastrophe, the fallout from this incident is sure to reverberate for months to come. Brady, torn between his duty to protect his family and his fear of further entanglements with law enforcement, now faces an impossible choice. The prospect of Child Protective Services intervening is a constant, ominous threat hanging over his head. Ava's insistence on taking matters into her own hands has only deepened the rift between them, setting the stage for a dramatic confrontation that promises to redefine their relationship. Moreover, the actions of EJ are drawing the attention of even more powerful forces within Salem. His attempt to use CRS-17 as a weapon against Kristen's mother may have far-reaching consequences, potentially exposing the darkest corners of the DiMera legacy. As whispers of betrayal, revenge, and impending doom circulate among the residents, the community braces itself for the inevitable explosion of long-suppressed emotions. The ramifications of family betrayal in Salem extend beyond the immediate circle of those involved. They serve as a cautionary tale for everyone in town. In a place where loyalty is rare and trust is often a luxury, the unfolding drama of Kristen, EJ, and Rachel Blake is a stark reminder that every action has consequences. The fallout from today's events will likely serve as a catalyst for future confrontations, alliances, and possibly even a complete reordering of the power structure in Salem. The road ahead, anticipation and uncertainty as we stand on the precipice of what promises to be one of the most explosive storylines in recent memory. The future of Salem is shrouded in uncertainty. Will EJ's plan succeed in turning Kristen against him? Will the injection of CRS-17 into Kristen's mother push her over the edge and ignite a chain reaction of revenge that could dismantle EJ's empire? Or will unforeseen twists and shifting allegiances save him from the reckoning that seems inevitable? One thing is certain, every minute of this unfolding drama is charged with tension and anticipation. The fate of these characters, each with their own complex histories and hidden agendas, hangs in the balance. With each passing moment, the stakes grow higher, and the potential for catastrophe becomes all the more real. For fans of Days of Our Lives, the question is not just what will happen next, but how these events will reshape the very fabric of Salem. Will Kristen, driven by the pain of betrayal and the desire for retribution, become the instrument of EJ's downfall? Or will the relentless machinations of EJ and his allies prove too powerful to overcome? As we await the next episode, one thing remains clear: the battle for control, honor, and survival in Salem is far from over. Conclusion: the collision of fate and vengeance. In conclusion, the dramatic events of today have set the stage for an explosive confrontation that could redefine everything we know about the dynamics of Salem. From the brutal attack by Rachel Blake on Ava to the chilling threat of CRS-17 and the desperate power plays orchestrated by EJ, every moment has been a testament to the high-stakes drama that makes Days of Our Lives a beloved classic. The tension is palpable, the stakes are astronomical, and the characters we've come to know and love are pushed to their limits. As we wait with bated breath to see whether Kristen will be the one to make EJ lose everything, the lines between loyalty, betrayal, and redemption blur into an intricate tapestry of human emotion and ambition. We invite you to join the discussion. What do you think will happen when EJ injects Kristen's mother with CRS-17? Will this final act of cruelty force Kristen to seek vengeance, ultimately toppling the man who has long dominated Salem? Or will unexpected twists and unforeseen alliances change the course of events once again? Thank you for joining us on this detailed, dramatic journey through one of the most compelling storylines in Salem. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.